Welcome back to FFB Amigos. Attempt 2. We are live now, coming at you with the Carabao Cup, EFL, Lincoln versus Chelsea. Abraham Lincoln versus Chelsea. We got our feet up, we got ready. And a lot to say about the moment that Chelsea's going through right now, but a lot to say about this match. Chelsea are desperate to get back into the groove here. And even though we're probably going to play what we consider a B team, which we're about to look at right now and see what the lineups are and what it's looking like, mentally the team are desperate, or at least this Chelsea fan is desperate to see something positive, to see a win, to see anything today. And I'm sad to report a couple of things that I don't understand. The first one is that Mark Hugh is cup tied, as they say, meaning he can't play this tournament because he already started with another team when he was on the 30-second loan that he was somewhere else. And we tied up one of my favorite players that I was desperate to see. I've been desperate to see him for a long time. I was sad that he went on the loan because I think he's a very good player. And I think he could have done a lot in matches like this and actually coming into Premier League games as well. In my humble opinion, I think he's got a lot of talent. I think he's got a huge future in Mark Hugh. So, sadly, if we go deep into his cup, he's not going to be there. And I think he's shown us, as he did in the Conference League, that he can really show up and do a job for us. But we got Tyreek George in the 9. Let me see if I can share my screen, man, without getting in trouble over here. And we can look at this together, y'all. Yeah, look at this together, y'all. Let's see. I think we can. Let's see. Boom. Boom. Success. So Jorgensen in goal. Obvious. Jorgensen was going to play this match no matter what. And actually, some of you know already, but Sanchez wasn't going to be in goal for this match. And sadly, this counts as his one-match suspension because his red card apparently is only going to be a one-match suspension from the criminal act he committed last match against Chelsea and all Chelsea fans against Manchester United. So he doesn't play this match. And so he kind of like not punished in a way. He just punished us for not playing the rest of that match against Manchester United. But I'm fairly confident that Maresca is just going to play him straight back in at the next match. We'll see. Then we have Wesley Fofana, which I think, and Chalobah are two main center backs. So I'm surprised that we don't have a Champong in there. I can only assume that there's something going on there. But that's a strong center back pairing, and Malo Gusto on the right. We would even start certain Premier League games with that right back in that pair of center back pairing. So it's fairly strong. And Gerald Hato, which we need him. We need to give this guy some minutes. We need him to step up. I'm not comfortable with Chalobah being there. I hope we can get a result and just put a youngin in to get him some rest because I think he's been playing a lot. Gusto should be fine. Andres Santos, thank God he's there, not Caicedo. Enzo Fernandez, I saw him tired already, so I'm a little bit surprised he's coming in. I'm sure it's because to set the game, to set the game and the pace, he sort of pulls the strings a little bit in our type of the way we play, so it's important to that. What? Mark Hughes actually, the Stamford Sink in the live. Amigo. So happy to hear you, to see from you, man, to hear from you. I'm glad that you're here. That's amazing news. So I heard, oh my God, seriously? He should have been on the pitch tonight? This is ridiculous. I can't believe what you're telling me. I'm going to have to look this up, man. This is madness. I can't. Amigos, I'm going to have to look this up. I fully trust my friend Matt from the Stamford Sink. Please go check him out. Amazing creator. Just starting, and he looks like he's been doing it for 30 years, man. He's better than most of those people that are doing these videos out there. He's sharp, smart, clever, good graphics, far better than mine. He's a badass. Go check him out. And if he's telling us that, so I guess originally you were fine, Matt, you weren't wrong when you said that he could have played, and then he couldn't, that you do your homework. So I'm glad you did your homework. Matt always does his homework. I will look this up, man. But if that's the case, That makes me so much angrier than I was already at my board and my team, man. Uh, I'm just gonna move on from that, amigo, because Tyreek George is in the nine, so we'll have to play with that. Gittins on the right and on the left to bring in Garnacho. Finally, great. I think this is actually a perfect match. This is the perfect match for our friend Facundo Buonanotte. To give him some minutes and get him ready. Andre Santos very excited for this kind of game. Get him into the run of play because I think he's the kind of player that I'd like to see take on some minutes even in the Premier League to alleviate Caicedo, especially now we have Champions League, is a must in my opinion. Enzo Fernandez, like I said, tired. So it's a very strong team that should destroy Abraham Lincoln, Vampire Slayer, whatever, these friends from Lincoln. I was watching also another content creator from Chelsea, and they brought up that we had a beef, and this is Josh Avest and Joey Knight. When they're together, they're really good. I really like that duo. And I think with Matt, we're going to do something awesome one day. But these guys are really fun to watch, and they went into... I discovered two things through their match preview. One is that they called it some beef, but we stole a manager from Lincoln about 100-something years ago. And words on the street that the people that lived through it were upset up until they passed away. But and that ended up being one of the longest serving coaches in Premier League and English football. Not the top, but one of the top ones, and certainly Chelsea's longest serving coach. So that's a little bit of history and some little bit of fun fact for you guys there. And it was interesting just to watch that list of the longest serving in the UK sort of coaches. Most of them were like Scottish, which is nuts. And go see those terms, man. If you guys go just check out that list sometime in Wikipedia, it's insane. There's people that serve for 30, 40 years as a coach. So they're pretty much part of the institution. That's when a lot of those teams were new. So I think they picked the coach at the gut, and they stuck there for 3 or 4 decades. So that was really interesting. And so my match prediction for today, now that I said it's kind of cheating, right? It's easy to come up with a match prediction now that I've seen the lineup. I have obviously absolutely nothing to say about the individual players at Lincoln, as why would I know anything about them? If we go by this simple sort of 5-4-1 setup, then what are we going to expect? They're going to do a low block and counter wide. Even though this is the B version of Chelsea, I would suspect the similar vulnerabilities. I'd be slightly terrified at being a lower level team at the kind of speed that we're going to see here. And with Gusto, Gittins, Garnacho, very, very, very powerful. So yeah, sitting in a low block is amazing, and I think that's really interesting. I guess for Fernandez too, get a little practice on some patterns of play that we need to certainly figure out, and because we're going to be seeing this in the Premier League a lot, and it's something that Chelsea have struggled horribly with, amigos, horribly. So, trying to figure that out today to unlock this team. Of course, it's a lot easier, man. We're not saying that we're gonna do anything major here, but if we're able to figure out some patterns of play in this match, and although this is kind of interesting because I don't think other teams will do a straight up 5-4-1 against us. This is probably more old school parking the bus situation. You would see something more like 5-3-2. Even though they may sit as two blocks of a block of 5 and a block of 4. Interesting. Chelsea, when we attack, sometimes we form like a line. I call this back. This reminds me of the Pep Guardiola of old, because anybody who saw Pep Guardiola this week, we saw something new, man. We saw something new, which is so funny. He was so critical of coaches that would do this. But really amazing to see him adapt, and he did defensive changes, took out his striker, went into a low block, drew a line of 6 almost in the back, 2 lines. Pretty amazing. I never thought I'd live to see that. And there we go, we saw it. And today, Chelsea are going to obviously see that against Lincoln City. This is probably one of the most beautiful things of that for us that are not from England. I was lucky enough that I lived in England for the longest time, and that how people get excited, man. Even at obviously they're playing Chelsea, so who's not going to want to watch? But you try to tell people that at the lower leagues, I lived near Cambridge, and Cambridge had a team, and Bury St Edmunds had a team, and like in East Anglia, all these smaller, and they fill up their stadiums, and people watch on TV some lame ass cup games, FA Cup games too, like very very low division, and you don't see that in many other countries. You see like in Argentina, they're fanatical, probably even more so in England, but not about like fourth level. So England's got that, and I think it's a thing of beauty, and people are still fans of these quote unquote smaller teams, and then you can see this stadium. It's unbelievable that you can go to such a small stadium and watch Chelsea play. I'm very jealous. Such a lovely thing. That's one of the reasons I'd love to live in England sometime, come back to live there again. The beer's good, pubs are awesome, and football's always on and everywhere throughout the country. Really exciting. And I'm looking at the scenes of the stadium right now, and yeah, you'd be able to go to a smaller stadium, different ambiance, seeing people that are not, from a town that normally doesn't get this level of soccer or football. Super exciting just to feel those vibes. Even if they're not playing against the A team, which I'm not too happy with the A team right now, guys. Anyway. All right, teams out on the field, those of you who want to match up. Come on, Lincoln. All right, Declan Fox. Come on, Lincoln. Come on, dude. I respect that. If if Lincoln managed to pull something off here, we're not united. Hey, Joseph, welcome to the stream. If by stream you mean me going throughout the whole game, yes, absolutely. Putting up the images, no, I'm not allowed to do that. Maybe one day I'll be big enough to be able to put the signal up of the game, and you picture my ugly mug on top of it, and do some commentary. But absolutely, I'll be doing commentary, so if you just match up your feed live to it, you can probably watch the signal and listen to my nonsense for 90 minutes plus the halftime. I do take a little break in the halftime, but I'll be here. Declan Fox, tell me, man, what team do you support? Are you just hating, or you're actually a Lincoln fan? If you're a Lincoln fan, dude, respect. Let's see. Yeah, same lineup, no changes. Same lineup that we were going for before. I'll pull it up here for a second, then I'll take it off. But yeah, that's what Chelsea's lined up like. We were discussing it already. And in the bench, Cucurella, Neto, Reece James, Moises, Estevao, Slonina, Walsh, Ollie Harrison, and Miyuka, which I'd love to see Miyuka now that Q's not even on the bench for this one. I would have liked to see him more than Tyreek George. Tyreek George is not going to be a 9. Is he counting as our third striker or a third 9? That's why we're going to get him some minutes as a 9, I guess. Super sad to not see Estevao. So I couldn't see him before because he was a little sick. Then I couldn't see him because Maresca did the stupidest changes I've ever seen possibly in world football. And then now I don't know why. Why exactly? But I really want to see him. We could have seen him in the 10 if you ask me, and figure something out. The position is low enough to where we could have dropped Fernandez for the beginning. If this is the strong team and then propose to do some changes later, I'd be a little bit shocked about that too. Maresca against some of what fans like. Some of us fans like put the strongest team in that you're going to play first, get the result in the bag, then bring in the youngins and such. So this one seems like a little bit of a mix, to be honest, because I don't see anybody on the bench. Well, Reggie Walsh, Ollie Harrison, and Mayuka might be, but the others, I wouldn't like to play for a single minute if I could avoid it, other than Estevao, because at this point, I think Esteban William actually needs the minutes. Say, I'm going to put up the dumbest poll right now, but obviously, who wins this match, amigos? Who wins this match? Abraham Lincoln? All right, and we're off. Thank God, Chelsea. That Chelsea is not one of these teams that do this. I don't know if you guys have seen lately. PSG was doing it. This insanity of taking the ball, I'm assuming there's stats behind it. I complain about it in every live that I do, and they just kick the ball out for a throw in the opposition's field. Sure, you put them under pressure early in the game, maybe, and be able to start your game with a high press, but you're giving the ball away. It always feels nonsense. I even prefer the old school, play it back. If you have a strong 9, smash that ball into your 9 and see if there's a early mistake even be made. But no. Ooh, Lincoln's got a long throw-in. Beware, Chelsea. We had some really bad luck with that. Luck. I mean, that's not luck. If you play like crap, that's not bad luck. You just suck. We sucked recently with those long throw-ins. It cost us a game. And we're defensively weak in the back. Long throw-in again. Damn, that's a long throw-in, son. Oh, and a mistake. And we're off. Lincoln. Declan Fox. Declan Fox. Do you not... Holy shit. Whoa. Off the post. I'm sorry. I gotta set my timer, guys. I haven't set my timer. I got too carried away. Lincoln's all over us. This is madness. Madness, I tell you. Wow, I'm on 1 minute 36 seconds. Let me adjust my clock here. Jesus, I just didn't see all that coming. Man, that was a rough start. Really rough start. 1 minute 57, and I'm gonna start my clock at exactly 2 minutes, so I match up with you guys. If you want to match up with me. Wow. These guys really did their homework, man. These guys really did their homework and almost embarrassed Chelsea at the get-go. They might still be in time to embarrass us, man. Good for you. Good for you, Lincoln. Bad, Chelsea. That made me really nervous, man. Jorgensen went out to the ball, didn't talk to Fofana, and Fofana got smashed. Smashed. Well, we cleared the ball. I think he took one in the jaw. You know what's crazy? We actually needed that little break. I mean, I actually think, well, he might be hurt. I think he took a little bit of a hit to the jaw there, but at this point, thanks for Fofana, burn a little bit of time because we need the reset. We started silly. I wonder how much homework they do against a team like Lincoln. I know that there's people's jobs, your defensive coach, your backup coaches, and all these people to check even the lowest of oppositions, how they set up and how they play. I didn't see that long throwing. It seems like it's going to be a great practice for us. That if Declan Fox has his way, we're going to be in trouble. All right. Boom, straight in, long ball, clear into the box. Oh, wow. Man. there's something, they're doing a lot of stuff that I would do, like playing behind Malo Gusto, playing a high ball behind Malo Gusto, long throw-ins into the box, attack forward, pressing them when playing out the back. They didn't even low block that. Look, and their team was spread. Lincoln was spread. There was probably 30 meters between their top three that were pressing in their middle. Look at that, just right side of the field. Ooh, Fofana. Fee-fi Fofana. Son. Why am I nervous? Why am I nervous again? Mamma mia. Here comes a long throw in. Cleared. That was a little bit easier. That was a little bit easier. Oh my God. Andrei Santos. Wow, we can't play through. Okay. Nice little tackle. Okay. Garnacho goes to the ground. We needed you to do that. Insane. Chelsea, it's been, we're coming on 6 minutes. We've been stuck in our box. Pretty much. Unable to play through or come out of our box. This can't last too long, amigos. Don't worry about it. Let me take that back. Looks like it's still going to last for a little bit. Let's see. Long ball. We won it. Thank you. Okay. Man, somebody needs to get a hold of the ball, put it to ground, and put 2-3 passes together. Gusto recovers. Andrei Santos, dude, you can't stay that long on the ball. There. I think number 34 is pressed. He seems to be gassed out already. Let's hope that's the level of athleticism we can expect across the board. Man, I'm nervous. I feel uncomfortable playing out the back right now. Okay. They're not going to press our center backs. Or are they? They came after Chalobah on that one. Fofana on the left center back, which is interesting to see. I'm glad they allow Chalobah to play as a right center back. Oh my God, we suck. That was a bad playing out from the back. Ooh, now they're going to throw a long ball in. Here comes a bomb into the box. A la box. Long ball into the box. Can we handle it? Good. More than I expected. More than I expected, Lincoln. Well, there's at least a couple of votes for Lincoln winning this match today on the poll. Just so you all know. It's not 100% Chelsea. Wow. Able to head one into the box. Almost got a second. Loose shot. Get that, get that, get that. And they get another corner. Oh, my Lanta. Oh, my. Oh, long, do. Oh, long, piano. 9 minutes. Chelsea have not been able to cross the middle of the pitch. Ladies and gentlemen. Interesting. With world champions of Fernandez on the field. And angry. Slapping some fool. Hammer. Hammer? Man, oh my God. Let's see. I'm kind of lost for words, man. Oh my God. How could that ball land in the box? Wow. Yeah, we've been overrun by Abraham Lincoln. It's not clear. You see there on the replay, it's not very clear what positions people are taking, and they seem to have. They all bunched up towards the very, very center of the box. So that's not man marking, and it's certainly not marking space. It's ball watching. Shocking. Let me get this out of the way. Wow. Chalaba into nobody, into offside. Georgian offside. Playing wide. We made it past the middle of the field. 10th minute. Chelsea passed, held the ball for 2 seconds in the opposition's field. On the opposition side of the field. Isn't that great? I'm not trying to be mean, guys, but it is a little shocking. This will be the first meeting between Lincoln City and Chelsea in all competitions since 1910-11. We won 7-0. I don't think that's happening today. I don't think that's happening today, amigos. Ooh, nice little ball hammer into Lincoln. I don't know why I'm like all excited about Lincoln here. Okay, finally, looks like we're going to play out decent. Oh, wow, Enzo. Just gave the ball away. Passed in a hurry. All right, let's see if we can reset a play. Let's see what we can do. Any Lincoln fans, for real Lincoln fans, no trolls. Any Lincoln fans out there, let me end this poll and see what the numbers came out to. I'd love to know. If you're a Lincoln fan, I'm really happy for you, man. I'm excited. Whatever happens after now, these 10 minutes, just being in that stadium as a Lincoln fan, you know how excited I'd be right now? There's literally a world champion on the opposition team. And not like a 90-year-old one. It's like in his prime. Please don't. A penalty would be horrendous. Not a penalty at all, but just watching someone fall, this could turn into a nightmare. Boom. Chalo. Malo. Chalo. Wow, they're pressing Jorgensen. Wow, okay. Now there's Akers. Come on. Amigo. Jado. Harold. What is this? Pass. Fofa. F5 Fofana. Unnecessarily risky. Okay. Finally, one of our creative. Buonanotte. Open to Garnacho. Good. Looks he got stepped on. Man. Let me see how bad that was. It looks bad. You can't always trust some of us South Americans with that kind of stuff. I'm letting y'all know right now. I can say it because I'm from it. Don't stereotype us now, but we might do a little roly-poly to get a little breather, a little break sometimes when you get a little tap. Oh my God, Fofana, very poor defensively in this replay. Malo slips. Oh man, we got so lucky. That's so tricky. I mean, it's not a penalty, but tricky. That could have been. He just stood up in his way and stopped him, but unlucky for the Lincoln guy, to be honest. Come on, Mighty Red Imps. First of all, what a cool ass name. So, you know what? I'm kind of Edward Fleeting. My feelings for Lincoln will be fleeting as well, but they will exist today. I love the underdog, man. Even when they're playing against my team, I have nothing but love and respect for them. And so far, if you are a fan, Edward Fleeting, they're doing you really proud, mate. Really proud. Are you a fan or are you just trolling me, son? Let me know. Are you just like an Arsenal fan being a D-bag to me? Either way, it's awesome. I appreciate you guys joining the live today. I look forward to doing plenty of these. I wish I could do every single one. I get to watch it with a bunch of friends and Chelsea fans. And look, most of my friends are not Chelsea fans. You got to tolerate their hate when you're watching. Oh no, Malo. We're like sucking bad. You know, and what's a little terrifying is like We're not. It's not like we're playing against the low block and we don't know what to do. They've pressed us high, and we don't know what to do. And I think what's happening, in my very quick observation here, is that right now it changed. Right now is not. This is not going to look like if you're looking at the field right now, but they did a good press, and they had a lot of men in the midfield, and we didn't. Like right now, we're trying to play out, and you see there's only one Chelsea player in the middle of the field. So he's supposed to play through that line of three alone. Like, how's that supposed to happen? There, thank you. Somebody has to drop deep. Not drop deep to pass the ball back to the goalkeeper. Same here. Been following Lincoln since '92, always in the lower leagues, never been past League One. Edward Fleeting, I have respect, nothing but respect for you, sir. My team, and I I was born in the States, and I've lived in England. I lived everywhere, kind of a citizen of the world. But I lived in Ecuador for a long time. It's where my family's from, and my team actually disappeared, and they got so low in the divisions that they would play the equivalent of like my town or like my college, my school, and I still support them. I can't watch any of their matches. I'd love to get a shirt. I'd still wear them. I'd still support them. But they'll never be on TV until they make it to the first division of that country. That's the beauty, man. Even though you're supporting me, you get to watch them on TV still. And playing Chelsea. And doing an amazing job. So, good for you, man. We're 16 minutes in, and Chelsea has not seen. I want to pull up the stats, man. I didn't think I would have to do this in this game, but now they're interesting because Chelsea has not reached the opposition box, and coming on going to be 20 minutes. And like I said, probably our main center backs. A right back that is likely to start a lot of games because he'll rotate in and out with Reece James. Andres Santos, which is our future sort of DM or backup, with a world champion Fernandes. Garnacho having to go to ground. Weak. Played for Manchester United, plays in Argentina on the left wing. A young up-and-coming Gittins. Like, Lincoln. Good for you, Lincoln. God, that's weak. Please tell me he slipped. He had to have slipped. You can't go to ground like that. Let me see if I can bring Mob up or something. Because the possession is interesting to me on this match. Because I don't think we're even doing well there. Let's see. Lincoln, Chelsea. Oh yeah, we do have 70%. Thank you. It's a shame for clubs going bust. Up and down non-league. And fall out of South American football myself. Oh man. Good. You're a real football man then, Edward. If you're following South American, ooh, Gittins. Oof. Very long ball. If you're following South American football and you follow lower league team, I've got nothing but respect. You're a true footballer fan, dude. I'm glad you joined, man. I hope you subscribe, and I hope you come watch many of my other lives. I did an Argentina video. I visited there recently, and to me, every trip turns into like a football trip, even if a country's not too footballing. I try to catch some games, see what's going on, and I went to Argentina, which was magical. Check that out if you get a chance. You might enjoy it. It was really fun. I hope I can go back there again. I was only able to go like 2 games. I'd go to more. Amazing environment. I watched River Plate. I'm like more of a Boca Juniors fan, but still, it was amazing to watch. Copa Libertadores. Good stuff. Okay, George dropped down to collect the ball. This is sad. Okay, we're in 20 minutes. Now we got space playing on the right. Okay, Gittins. Let's see what you're going to do, son. Pass to Malo. Malo put a decent cross in. Yes. Ooh. Well, not great goalkeeping. I hope they don't count that as a shot on target because it's really not. We have, I don't know, I'm looking at the stats right now online and they're BS, guys, I'm telling you. They're saying like Chelsea XG higher than Lincoln. I don't understand why that would be the case. Daily CFC Focus, amigo. Welcome to FFB. Thank you. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for coming, man. Always excited to have you. And you seem like a true blue fan there. You even got the logo. Are you a content creator too? Let us know. Maybe someone here can follow you. We're always looking for subscribers out there. So anybody on the feed that doesn't find me impossibly annoying, subscribe, comment, like, all that stuff. Edward Fleeting, subscribed. Thanks, brother. I'm going to Chelsea Liverpool Legends. Dude, who's playing? Ooh, Daily Focus also a creator, man. Guys, check him out. And Daily CFC Focus. Who is in that game? I love those games. I know they're lame, like fat old people playing, but I still get excited. Anybody worth checking out one of our legends that are playing that game? Ed Fleeting. Ed. We're on an Ed level basis now, brother, if you subscribe. We're homies now. Ooh, Hazard. Hazard is one of those recently retired, although he was technically retired like 2 years before he left Madrid. Hazard was already retired. He went with the Gareth Bale plan. Minus the golf. I think he didn't even want to do the golf part. But I'd love to watch Eden Hazard play even a friendly, even at this age. All right, on 22 minutes, Andrés Santos gets a yellow card in a game that's turned shockingly boring, which is great for Lincoln and doing a great result. Oh, Hazard was terrible for Madrid. He was fat, dude. And this coming from a fat guy. When Hazard arrived in Madrid, he had a nice little vacation, man. He had a little bit too many brewskis, a little too many porcupines. He was chubby, like noticeably chubby. And it took him forever to drop that weight. And everybody said even in Chelsea, like he wasn't a good trainer, like he wouldn't train hard. And if you come in fat and then don't lose the weight and then don't train, yeah, it didn't go well for him. And when he came on, he didn't do great. The Zone Canada. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! We defend very poorly. Team A, Team B, doesn't matter who. We defend very poorly those long throw-ins. Oh my God, man. What is happening? Wow, Enzo on the far post. The Zone. Look, it proved a great app for me when I was watching the Club World Cup. Like really good. First free, right? Which nowadays is a thing. I'm assuming you pay for like some sort of subscription and to get these matches. Does it cover everything? See, I'm lucky right now. I'm in Colombia, in Medellin. Amazing place, guys. And here they have Disney Plus that is very affordable, and it includes ESPN, like Latin American ESPN. So they have like almost every game you can think of. Like they have all Premier League games, all Cup games, all Champions League games. I think Bundesliga and La Liga and Serie A. Like you don't need. So far, the end of last season and this season, except the Club World Cup, obviously, I didn't need anything more. And I was able to like watch everything. More matches than you probably would be able to watch normally in the US or the UK. Dude, check it out. I've struggled when I leave because I travel a lot for my real job. I hope this becomes my job one day. Guys, comment, like, and subscribe so this can be my job one day. But actually, when I traveled, I struggled a lot. I worked at an IT company, so I'm not a technical guy, but I'm smart enough to try 2 or 3 VPNs, and I struggled. Like the app was really good at recognizing that there was a VPN active, but I'm sure that there's some VPN that it would work, and if it does, the problem is you might have to watch it in Spanish. But I'll tell you right now, with one subscription, you get. I should get paid for this. I got like almost every match you can think of that you're gonna need throughout the year, plus great Disney content. Just other series and stuff. So very affordably, dude. So check it out, mate. Totally worth it. Yeah, we're trying because if you get 1 month. You know what I think the problem was, now that I remember, but they might be a workaround, if I'm not mistaken, is the payment method. Sometimes in these countries, because you can get Netflix, you can get everything affordable, like the Colombian version, and you don't have like every show you'll have in the US or UK, but you have 95% of them, and some other cool stuff that they don't. But the problem is the payment. Like it wouldn't take my US card, so I had to get like a local account and blah 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 and set that up. But there's probably a way. They got these international payment forms of payment. I think that might be the tricky part you have to figure out. Okay, we're finally in the box, but I'm not even that excited. What a horrible cross by Gittins. Man, Lincoln defend really well, very compressed. They're very good at doing, at the very beginning, my comment got stifled, but this sort of staggered line that most teams do now offensively, to me, was like a Guardiola invention. When it's flat, and he's right about this, when you do a flat line of, 4 or 5 of your forwards, it barely works. It's very easy to mark, and everybody that runs, you can chase down a lot easier. Colombia. So I would put Disney plus Colombia and check it out. And it's like 4,000 Colombian pesos to $1. You can check on Google, but it's going to be a lot more, like 30%, if not half of what it costs to do any app in the US. So absolutely check it out. So yeah, the commentary dude is saying like, yeah, Lincoln does like a line of 5 in the back and a line of 4 in front, but they meld that line, right? So if the Chelsea line if they're staggered, it's easy. You just form a line of 6 and you can do an offside trap you're marking. When they're staggered, it's a lot harder and somebody runs in from behind. That was a good counter on wide, which I always say Chelsea are vulnerable for. Wow, I'm kind of. Look at all the acres of space in behind, and Fofana has to come all the way across to close down. Garnacho was nowhere to be found. Hato, I couldn't see him. I don't know why he wasn't there. That was. I want to put you here. Oopa. Ooh, man, they got a header. We Chelsea. Come on, man. That counts as another shot on target. Or shot, at least. 4-1 on shots. And, again, I disagree. The stats I'm looking at right now, Chelsea 75% possession, obviously, yes. 30.31 XG. That's expected goals for you, those people that are not as nerdy. And Lincoln has 0.24. I beg to differ, man. That header, for example, should have raised it a lot. And they have 5-1 shots. Good for Lincoln. Good for Lincoln. Enzo Fernandez. Okay, doing his Enzo Fernandez thing. That's like his favorite thing to do, which is cool and needed in football, which is just to open the field, play a long ball into the other side of the field. But I'd rather go towards goal the next one. Let's see. Enzo. Nice ball into the box. Garnacho. Nothing. And was he offside? Oh my God. Dude. Well, he's probably not match sharp. He played a lot of games last season. But then obviously the summer and all the drama. Everybody's calling him, not everybody, some people are calling him Baby Lurch. I think that's messed up. It's so accurate. Especially if he's going to be an offside like that, I'm not going to be that happy. Long ball in. We beat out the right side. A cross comes in the box, and they gained a corner. Did they? Wow, it's too easy. Too easy. How many set pieces have they had? Well, it's crazy because their throw-ins are counting almost like a set piece. Was it? I used to watch ESPN FC. I don't know, those of you that are in the U.S. I watched it online. I wasn't even in the U.S. because I like Stevie Nickel. You know, the guys that talk on there are kind of fun sometimes. Not all of them. I don't like all of them. And they would make fun. I think it was Liverpool because they had a throw-in coach. But hey, for some teams it depends. I don't know if it's the coach, but we got a dude that can throw it for 30 meters. Oh my God, Jorgensen! They deserve a goal. They deserve a goal. They deserve a goal. They deserve a goal. Goes into the far post, and they hit on us again. They're winning like almost every header. Shame. 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 Wow. Oh my God. Even a Lincoln player is the one that cleared the ball. They won every ball, even the clearance. He accidentally cleared it. Man, Jorgensen. What's happening? That's so bad. All he has to do is not be terrible. But if he has a performance like this against Lincoln, then yeah, of course Sanchez is going to stay in goal. Don't get me started about the goalkeeper thing with Chelsea, mate. It's really, 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 really angering. Mal gusto. Shadow. Uh-oh. Somebody's hurt. Facundo. Facundo, buonanotte. Got stepped on, I think. Yeah, the VPN thing on Disney Plus. They're good, man. I'm telling you. You might have to try different VPN services. And obviously not many VPN services have VPN servers for countries like Colombia. So it's tricky. Lincoln are making us look really average. The Stanford Sink. Amigo. Average, I think, is generous. I mean, we look like we're at their league level. Thank you for the comment, bro. We look no better than Lincoln. We look worse. That's the reality. They have a game plan, and as shitty as it can be at times, it's clear. They're solid with their set plays. They know what they're doing. They have that ball into the long post that they're winning. And we've got nothing. You're thank you for not dirtying up my feed with what you probably really feel, man. Probably have some stronger words than average. And they know, oof. Oh, get up, son. This is not your fancy league football. This is embarrassing. All around those little one-on-one battles. Malagusto there got played for food a little bit. All right, Fee-Fi Fofana trying to play out the back. That was a poor press from Lincoln, but we give them time to set their defense again. They're very concentrated, man. They're very organized. You're right about that, Matt. Very organized. Excellent question. Gary asked us in the feed, does Chelsea score the first half? My answer, hell no. I see no way unless something freakishly happens. Like there's a horrible mistake by Lincoln or a set piece that they defend poorly. But in open play, I do not see any patterns of play that would lead to understand like we're beating our man on the left, it's soon to come, or they're not closing down potential shooters. No, I don't see. Look, I like they do not score as things go. Amigo Gary, they're not gonna score. Yeah, Matt is telling you exactly that. Their game plan is simple and solid. Ridiculous that Maresca doesn't have an answer to it. Starting to get concerned about him, Matt. Amigo, we had a heated conversation with the Stanford Sink off cameras. Again, great creator, guys. Follow the Stanford Sink. And off cameras, we get along great. But off cameras, I'm an old school. I'm an older fan, and I can be a little bit more cantankerous or difficult, hard to please. And I'm not as forgiving and with Maresca or many other things happening around at Chelsea Football Club. And yeah, I mean, right now, what can it be other than tactics? Nobody on this team is tired. Maybe Enzo Fernandez. Nobody in this team is tired. It's not too early in the season where they haven't been training and, physically fit. Wow, that tackle put into Malagusto. Put him in his place. Ooh, really? Do you need anybody to like it be Chelsea or Lincoln, or if Lincoln scores first, you get 900 pounds or bucks? Dude, I think you might be onto something. Edward, Lincoln have done well and well organized this season, last season. See, Ed knows what's going on, dude. We're going to need you to comment throughout the game because the rest of us, we're flying blind and we're kind of shocked at what we're seeing because it looks like Chelsea do not belong in the Premier League, and certainly you belong one division. We could meet somewhere in the middle from what you're playing. Well organized and had a good record from set pieces as well. Over the 4 leagues, scoring over 30 from set pieces. Oh, shit. Dude, if you keep getting set pieces, you're going to score because Chelsea is horrible at set pieces. So we got 7 more minutes for Gary to make 900 quid. Is that 900 quid, Gary? That's one hell of a bet. If you bet 900 quid on a game like this, you're crazy. But I'm rooting for you, man, even if it's 90 cents. If you manage to make a bet like that and you win and Lincoln score, if it's about Lincoln scoring, I'd be shocked. And it could really easily happen. Funny enough, from open play, not even how our friend Ed is telling us all about Lincoln. Fucking 30 goals from set pieces. That's insane. Mr. Krabs 10. I hope Lincoln wins. You know what? Fair enough, man. Part of me, I am so upset at Maresca. Part of me doesn't hate that comment. I'll just say that. I'd never want my team to lose anything ever. I'm not even a coin flip. I'm very competitive, and I want my team to win everything too. But Mr. Krabs, maybe I won't be. I wouldn't be that shocked if it happens. Chelsea had a good World Cup, and suddenly they think a lot of fans get a little too excited for my taste. There's some realities we have to face. Mr. Krabs, what team do you support? That's a good question. Like, we're in the box and all this madness that you guys are watching. I am not nervous. Like, I'm not excited. I don't feel that they're going to score. You guys, if any of you have been on my lives before, I'd be going nuts if we're in the box like that. Right now, I'm not. Gittins took a shot to nothing. I'm not, because I see that freaking forest of legs that Lincoln got set up and how we're playing and what we're doing. I didn't feel danger. That's insane. I did not feel danger. Let's go back to Matt. He can give us a comment. Tactics and man management. The two things that Lincoln manager is evidently very good at. Man, I mean, it's so terrible what I'm about to say. Like, my only hope, I can't believe I'm saying this, is that Lincoln is not as physically fit as Chelsea, and we have a little bit of a better second half because of that. They tire out. Oh my God, here comes I'm more nervous. Okay, outside. Okay. Because right now I don't see how we score. 40 minutes gone. Mr. Krabs, if you're still out there. Those that are going for Lincoln. Ed, my friend Ed Fleeton. Holy shit. Golazo. Not a golazo, but a goal. Lincoln, man. Holy shit. I told you Lincoln was going to score, and Chelsea were not. It was showing. It was a matter of time. It's embarrassing. It's real. I need to watch that replay. Enzo Fernandez gives a shit pass. Chalva could have attacked that ball, but you can't put him in that position. How can you pass it on to a center back that has two people on him? Jesus. Oh, Lord. And then nobody following the other man. It's like, this is insane. Amigo, Matt, what is happening? Is this really happening? Boom, boom, boom. That's what you get, man. Chelsea fans, we were mocking Man United for playing crap and losing against Grimsby Town. We're not doing nowhere near any better. Lincoln always scored first. The only 2-game Lincoln didn't was Wimbledon and Wigan in the league. Ed, but you're talking like they're a Premier League side. I hear you, brother. They had an amazing first half. This is shocking. Like, because it's not like it's against the run of play. It's not against the run of play at all. And sure. And so Wimbledon and Wigan, like, they're better than Chelsea today? Absolutely. Absolutely. News, the manager has changed. I do agree, Daily, that Chelsea news, the manager has changed Lincoln around. And I say I do agree. It might be fitness later in the game. Fuck, man. Woo. It better be something. And I hope it's fitness. Oh, they're not set up. This is the first time that I see Lincoln not set up, but they set up quickly. They drew in their second line nicely. Yes, well-deserved Lincoln, Matt. You're right. Well-deserved Lincoln. Look at that crap pass by Enzo. That desperate early cross into the middle of the box from afar. What are we doing? What are we doing? There. We're trying a little. Man, I've got the heebie-jeebie-deebies. I see nothing. Okay, let's see. Let's see if the last minute they put in something that looks like a pattern of play. So right now, Enzo, playmaker, going to the left side of the field, try to play a ball into the box. That's what we're doing. And poorly. We tried again miserably. And here we go. Again, reset. Enzo. Gonna try to play a ball in for the box from there. Okay. Gusto. Lucky corner. Lucky corner. Malagusto got us a lucky corner. Good for you, Lincoln fans. I love to see you excited, happy, jumping. Ed, man, I'm so happy, Ed, that you joined this live. Grimsby Town are Lincoln's local rivals, as well as Chelsea are better class than Wigan and Wimbledon, though, mate. I mean, I was being a little facetious, but they haven't shown it today. Then we go into that shit first post cross. I can't believe it. We can't get out of our own way in like even against this. So it's so fit. Thank you so much, man, because if this doesn't come out, if this turns out that Lincoln beat us today, it's just so insane that Grimsby Town are their local rivals after all that crapola we talked to Manchester United. That they're the worst Manchester United in 30 years, that they're blah, 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 blah. And now we lose in the cup against their rivals. That would be just poetic justice for Manchester United. What can I say? And there's a big thing for you guys. I know there's somebody that was telling me that they're following from Africa. We got some people from South America. Even though these are like Division 3, 2, 3, 4 teams that you come across, they're not as bad as in other countries, Team 2, 3, 4. Still no excuses to be made. But, you know, a lot of players in England have grown up through the under 12s, the under 8s. You know, there's a lot of lower league players that understand football and have their basics, right? They know formations, they understand tactics, they can form. A lot of them are big old boys, they can win balls up in the air. They certainly know how to play a long ball. And so, you know, they're better than your lower league opposition that you would find in other countries. Absolutely. But no. Let me refresh the stats and see this again. This is cray. It's still, amigos, for my Chelsea fans out there, possession 78% to 22%, Chelsea. XG 1.09 for Lincoln, 0.3 for Chelsea. Shots for Chelsea, 3. Shots for Lincoln, 9, son. 9. Even big chances, which I think is BS, the one for Chelsea, but they have 1, and even Lincoln has 2. Like, there's no... Enzo Fernandez bullied off the ball twice, and I think they've been kind to him a couple of times. Like this one right now. A little kind. I'm glad to see Maresca get a little fired up at the last 3 seconds, literally, of the first half. Wow, I guess. Let me run the poll again, because I can't believe this. Will Chelsea win this match? Let's put it on here. Because now things have changed a little bit. Things have changed a little bit. Obviously, some people are going to take a break right now. Ooh. Ed, I want to know straight up what your vote's going to be. Because I know you're the one for sure Lincoln fan that I have in here. So I have to adjust do my maths, man. And make sure that I'm accounting for that guaranteed Lincoln vote. Although you seem very reasonable, man, I actually trust your judgment. I know you wouldn't put the imp tinted glasses on for your vote, and you would straight up tell me your football opinion. Shocking first half. I'm gonna wait until the highlights come through to maybe do a little comment on individual plays. But now that it wrapped up, I think I can share this screen here. I don't think I'm supposed to do this, but we're going to look at this. We're going to do it, amigos. There's some very light stats that we have right now. Maybe there. Let's see if I can bring it up. Share screen. Booyakasha. It's going to be Lincoln City straight up. Lincoln vote. Lincoln. I don't know how that goes, man. Whatever you got. Come on. I'm actually good. I'm happy for you, dude. Dude, no worries, Ed. You're the best. You and Matt have been awesome today. And you're welcome anytime. You're welcome anytime to come join us. But I'm just curious, Ed. You're a straight up Lincoln fan, nothing else? Or is there somebody that you follow? Is there anybody that you are a hardcore fan of or just follow in the Premier League? I'd be curious to know. Okay, so we have 77 to 23%. Like I was telling you, that's how it ended up. Just more shots on Lincoln. 9-3. Big chances 2-1. And in the XG, triple the XG. Triple. 3 times. Trio. And Lincoln, the XG. Then this Chelsea side. Triple. Trio. 3 times the shots. And double the big chances. So what can we what can we possibly say about that? I guess we can get into the conversation now of what do we have on the bench? Not because we need a rest against lower opposition in the cup, but because we're losing this match, amigos. We're losing. Let me check out Lincoln real quick. They're third in League One. Let's look at the whole table. There's Wigan. And Wigan wasn't too long ago since you were up. We saw you. Teams that we've seen before, Peterborough, Blackpool. Well, I've seen them in lower division, but yeah. Wigan, Bolton. Wow. I don't know what to say, guys. It's not looking good. We've got Darikwa, Monsma, Bradley, Towler, Hamer, House, McGrandles, Bartholomew, Street, and Draper putting us to Shazam today. We've got Argentina National Garnacho, Bonanote, Young Borussia Dortmund, Promise, and Chelsea star Gittins, Tyreek George in the offense, World Cup champion and current captain on the field, Enzo Fernandez. All these players doing not much of anything against Lincoln. What we have on the bench, yeah, we have some firepower on the bench, but this shouldn't have to happen. I'm actually really pissed off. Do not put Caicedo in, because Santos is, I think he's still in France, because I didn't see him do much at all. Funny enough, I remember Garnacho and Gittins being relatively poor at being efficient at top. Our 10s disappeared. Enzo Fernandez doing some desperate stuff. I saw Gusto trying to come up and do some plays. Nothing offensively and poor defensively. Let's see, Ed, my man. Ooh, Celtic diehard at first, but I couldn't see Celtic play. It was hard to go up to Glasgow, of course, to see the games. So when my parents moved to Lincoln, I support my local team. That's solid, dude. Solid. We're going over the goal again. So this Enzo Fernandez pass to Chalba. The pundits I'm listening to in Spanish are talking Pupola, I think, because they're Argentinian. They're saying like Chalba should have run at that ball better. I think, sure, he could have attacked the ball to pick it up sooner, faster, better. but it was him against two men pressing him in a shitty bouncing pass. Bouncing pass. Curling bouncing pass in a non Premier League pitch on top of which you could bounce anyway. It didn't happen to do that, so there's no excuse, but that's just, who are you, dude? Oh, let me stop the timer. I always forget about the timer. Y'all need to tell me about that. This is madness. Okay, let me see. And we have a yellow. And they don't have any. This is just a little funny, dudes. It's a little bit funny. My parents are from Glasgow, so you're Scottish. Sorry I murdered that accent, but I had to. Look at me sexy body. Glasgow, my dad was in the army at the time before we moved. Oh, they were in the army. Most of my family all support Rangers. Ooh. Wow, so you went against the grain. That must be pretty hardcore. That and all the whiskey at Christmas could get a little dangerous, I could assume. Mark used pressing and energy would have given us an actual attacking outlet. Yes, Matt! Yes. You're just trying to upset me today, son. You're just trying to make me angry. You're just trying to make me very angry. Yes, Mark, you would have made a tremendous difference. We saw how well he did that, better than, I would argue, even better than Jackson, who was really good at pressing against lower opposition in the Conference League. But when he was called to do the pressing in the Conference League, Gu was all on it. If you guys remember, his press led to direct goals for himself and others, either on the center backs or the right backs trying to play out because he liked playing on the left from what I saw most of the time, or straight up on the keeper. Snatched the ball from him, was able to score. Very athletic. He's got that little thin, tall presence of a 9 with ability. He's a well-rounded dude. And match was made for him. This match is made for him. Terrible. Let me see the rest of your comment. Yes, that would have given us an attacking outlet. Yes, it would have improved Buonanote's performance. Because what are they finding? So a couple of runs that our wide players did, they were caught offside. Both Garnacho and Gittins. When they weren't caught offside, they were able to beat their player, but when they were able to beat their player, they didn't put any danger across, and there's a forest of legs in there. And they didn't find a pass back for somebody to take a good shot on target. So, yeah, I think Buonanote, well, arguably, yes. He would have assumed if you have a 9 doing proper 9 runs and proper 9 things and muscling down and making very nervous a couple of center backs of a lesser opposition, yeah, they'll find some little space to play a ball in for Buonanote. Fernandez desperate. He wasn't lack of trying, but man, he's not having a good day. In Santos, I didn't see him do anything offensively. I liked you know what I don't like? I saw Gusto when he went forward, and he was in the inside channel. I don't know why. I hate when we do that and we don't let the right back go wide and on the overlap. I'd like seeing that more faster play, like Gittins cut in and then maybe play back to Santos and play Gusto in behind the line. I don't know. Maybe just my ignorance, and I'm really sad that Jurgensen went up for that air ball. Not good, but that didn't lead to the goal, but still, nothing to be played there for. Tyreek George and the 9 is just stupidity. I mean, even the kid, they should have started that other kid that's a proper 9, Mayuka, I think that's how I pronounce it. Please tell me if it's Mayuka. Let me see, man. Yeah, Mayuka. Miyuka? Yeah, Mayuka. I say Mayuka. Yeah, the absolute fumble from the Chelsea hierarchy. Yeah, and in many ways. Like this, man, we'll talk about this, mate. We'll talk about this. Yeah, my mates and my grands go to Celtic. I had to be different. My other uncles support Patrick Thistle as well. It was funny telling my dad I support Celtic instead of Rangers. Dude, that's like worse than, that's harder than coming out, I think, in certain families. It's surprising too, right? It's like, were they surprised because, like, where did he get it from? Or who's that uncle that did it to you, right? That in my case, I kind of went against the grain. My family, because it was like Ecuador teams, but I didn't go with the team that none of my dad or my grandfather, rooted or went for at all. I sort of went my own way. And it's funny because I remember distinctly my dad took me to my uncle's. He was like huge fan of this one team, and he took me to the stadium. So I become a fan of that team, and he like the shirts and like and brought me to like the Barra Brava, the Ultras, whatever. It's like a whole thing, and that was awesome. And at the time, we were playing this team that I ended up being a fan of. And as soon as I saw it, I was a little kid, the colors of the uniform, I like fell in love with it. It was like a Barca's blue and red, and had like a little Q here. It was just awesome kit. It was this awesome kit, and so I fell in love with the kit, and I was like quiet. And then they happened to have like this really young player from Ecuador, obviously from their national team, that ended up being like the best player ever. But at that time, he was like really, really young. And he was awesome. He was like, taking on players. I became a fan. Like they were so pissed. My uncle was so pissed at me because we came back from that match. And I'm like, dude, I think I'm a fan of the other team. And from that day on, I stuck with it. And same thing, my Chelsea story fan story as well is, many U.S. people became fans, obviously at an older age or later in life. People consider me a U.S. content creator because I lived there for the longest time and I talk like this, but I lived in South America for the longest time. And I became a Chelsea fan before the Roman Abramovich era. And we were just getting the live games in South America. ESPN had just come, cable. And we were finally being able to watch, like, because we would watch the goals, like, on Sundays. It was, like, Gillette Sport. I don't know. They had that, like, all over the world. It was a show on Sundays. Goals from all around the world. But we couldn't watch, like, live matches very often. But then they started showing the Premier League. And I was probably in my teens. And I was a huge Maradona fan. And so I naturally gravitated towards watching Gianfranco Zola with Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank. Oh, I fell in love with that team. And I love the kit, the blue. And I ran with it since. And then I got really lucky. We all did. That nice little juicy money came in. And I was kind of a fan because they were underdogs. And they'd won the FA Cup. They were in Champions League spots. They'd won a European Cup. They were like up and coming. They were the underdog that was sort of overperforming a little bit. And that was awesome. They were exciting to see. And then, obviously, the Roman era came, and now I would argue, trying to hit a little bit of a decline right now. That's a separate conversation, but we made it up there, man. We made it up there, and we're looking to stay there for the longest time. It's not an easy deal now. Straight. Dry your eyes, mate. We've got a second half to play. Let me get the clock again. Ready. And we're off to the races. Second half, amigos. Will the shame end? Let's look at the poll. I'll end the poll now that the half ended because we don't want any people voting after they see us start a crappy second half or a good one. Chelsea come back. You can see it's at 67%. Chelsea come back and win this match. Debatable, amigos. Let's see if we did anything interesting. I see Garnacho on the right-hand side now. And I don't think we did any substitutions. Let me double check. I don't see anything on the feed. Yep, remember Gillette Sport as well on TV. Yeah, it was awesome. It was like all sports, by the way, too, because it was like running, track and field, Olympics. You don't have that kind of thing now. Like now I don't know anything about other sports, maybe tennis, but because I don't watch a show like that, it's all spread out on the web, so I just focus on football. Yes, Chelsea beating Middlesbrough 95-96. Excellent. Thanks, Matt. No subs. So we're doubling down. We're doubling down on stupid. That was a little aggressive. We're doubling down on the players that we have on the field, hoping in a change of tactics. And I already see a couple of interesting things. Enzo Fernandez decided to drop really wide to the left. And I think within an effort to bring his man marker with him, which didn't work in that play, but we'll see now. Yes, Ed, dude, I wish they would do a show like that. It was awesome. I know nothing. Before I would know all kinds of stuff of random Olympians, other sports. I remember they would show like even Winter Olympics and all that stuff. I don't check that out anymore. It's all online and we're like, holy Snoopy! Whoa! Goal! Tyreek George smashed that ball in. Holy I'm trying not to curse so hard. But that was one hell of a strike. One. Boom. Wow, and I don't think anybody touches it. I think he's just... It's a missile, dude. Let's see. Samashata. Boom. Holy shit. I have to. Wow. Tyreek George. Amazing shot. Game on. Yes, Ed Fleeting. This lead is fleeting. I'm sorry, mate. It has to happen. I enjoyed suffering the first half. I don't want to suffer no more. And funny enough, that is against the run of play. It was only 2 minutes started against the stats and odds. So Chelsea very lucky. Look at this guy with this pass again into Fernandez. What are you doing, bro? Why would you play that ball again? Wow. Okay, let's see. My friend Matt. Because that worked so well against the United game, yeah, right? Oh, Lord. I think that goal changes nothing in terms of what... Did Chalaba get hurt? No. Changes nothing in terms of what I think we need to do or if there's any changes. Okay, so I see this. Straight up left mid into Fernandez. In space, actually. Andrei Santos. Malo gusto. Fifai Fofana. Enzo Fernandez. No, to the Gittins. Okay. Buonanotte. Oh, mamma mia. Goal. Chelsea. Facundo Buonanotte. Yes. Okay. Facu. That doesn't sound right in English, but that's what they call him in Argentinian. Facu. Facu buonanotte. Oh, I feel bad for Lincoln. We got so lucky. If you ask me, that's a lot of luck. Oh, man, he couldn't defend. Lincoln lost a little bit of concentration, letting him through there, but... And then a little bit unlucky on that goal. Now game on, Ed Fleeting. Because now Lincoln might actually have to change tactics. Although they shouldn't, if you ask me. They shouldn't change a thing. I think just against the run of play, we got a little bit lucky there. They need to calm down and keep playing the game that they were playing. Maybe, 10 minutes out if they still have a, only one to go behind, then maybe change something. Right now, it's looking good. It ended up being 2 good goals. Well, the rocket from Terry George is an amazing shot. That's not the first time he does it. That looks like he's got a shot on him. That's not the first time he launches a missile. A Georgian missile. Oh my god, that's bad. Luck. We're getting a little bit of luck. Okay, keep playing, Enzo. There, wide. Now I like it. Cross in. Okay. We look like we're playing football now. I feel bad for Lincoln because it looks like we actually playing football. I'm always curious, man. I want to be a fly on the wall and see what Maresca says in those. I actually thought that Lincoln just lost their concentration a little bit. That allowed us to sneak in right there. And yeah, Ed says you just have to stick to the game plan. Absolutely. It was a great game plan. And don't worry. I have no love for this man, Hato. Jado Hato. Horrel Hato. Horrel Hato. No love for Horrel Hato. Maybe he'll prove me he'll be an amazing player. He's still young. He might be awesome one day. Chelsea a little bit more confidence. I mean, I'm sure they got destroyed in the locker room. Some F-bombs, throwing around some Lucasade. Maybe somebody got a shoe kicked at him. A little shake-up was absolutely needed. But beware, it just takes, I think, one, if you ask me, one hard ball into the box, one set piece for Lincoln to make Chelsea nervous again. I don't think we have confidence in the back. And it's sad to say that we're playing with probably the 2 center backs that we're going to play our defensive, we're going to be our main players in a lot of games this season. And by the way, I love both. I'm not trashing. I actually think Fofana is an amazing player. I adore Chalobah. He's so important to this team. Oopa. I just think we need a number 1 center back. Everybody in the universe thinks that and wants that. And by that I mean a world-class center back. And Chalobah can actually become a world-class center back someday if he plays for 3 years with a world-class center back next to him. Holy shit, we're so poor at defending. Lincoln, that was an amazing play. You see what I'm saying? Once you got a ball bouncing around near the box, the Chelsea box, we fall into a madness. Look at that. Scooped up. We lose the first header. We lose the second header. And we get lucky to not do an own goal. Oh, poor Chalobah. If he would have scored another own goal, man. But it's not, you can't lose 2 headers in the box like that, man, against this level of opposition. A lot of that is confidence, like they're unsure. Nice play, Buonanotte. He can be our new Keenan Dewsbury Hall. Everybody was happy and says Keenan Dewsbury Hall sucks and that he left. And I actually didn't mind having him on the team. I think when you're a big team, you need that kind of player, dude. And he did right by us, seeing out games, even important games, and certainly playing these lower level games throughout the season really well. Looks like Buonanotte is the new Dewsbury Hall. He's not doing well at Everton. I saw him playing a little bit the other day. Neither's Grealish. Oh my God, guys. What happened to that guy? Okay, open the field wild. Here we go. Gittins on the left. Enzo Fernandez. See, I think he was trying to go left to take his man with him. Here we go. Santos. Malagusto. Playing wide. Garnacho on the right. Into the box. Oh, no. Very poor. Very poor. But okay. Good. Like, giving it a shot. Giving it a try. We're going to be mad at you. It sounds a little condescending given the level of opposition, but still, we're happy for you. We're not going to be mad at you. Yeah, I think Lincoln's still getting this. I'm putting that comment right there. Because you see the danger. How poor we defend. That you just... Dude, Enzo B is aggressive with Don Draper. Ooh, that was bad on Malagusto. That was some Sunday League passion from behind there. Sunday League passion from behind. I need to get me some of that. Enzo Fernandez is a passionate dude, man. I'll give you that much. Let's see how we set up a play. Okay. Gusto on the right. Oh no, Facu. Facu Buonanotte, and now on the counter. Counter wide, Lincoln. That's what you should do. You gave us too much time to set. But we suck at long balls. Cross into the box. It was a decent cross. There we go. Lincoln on the attack. Let's see what they do. We can't manage to recover yet. Here we go. Gusto in a bit of a battle over there. Smiles exchanged. Here comes the long throw. Here comes Johnny. What are we going to do about it? How are we going to deal with it? We need to hire somebody to just throw in coach. We need to throw somebody to throw balls into. That was not a great one. Good clearance. Foul. Ooh, and in a good spot for Lincoln. They should not hurry that and just pop one into the box. Just float it. Float it into the box. You don't even need an aggressive court, because I think when the ball comes in with pace, it's sort of evident who has to clear. Chelsea are not good at claiming these sort of not very clear ball. Oh, Estebao. Thank you for bringing Estebao. Sad for Garnacho, dude. What a not great game. But okay, not a surprise. Estebao William. I am so excited to see this dude. I feel like I've missed you. Just starting the season. And this is the kind of match, man. Somebody bring in something different. He's gonna get kicked really hard. I think that's my one prediction. I don't know if he'll score, but I can guarantee he's gonna kick really hard. See, floated cross in, and they win it. Nobody there, and Jorgensen makes a mess, and Lincoln could have scored. Holy granola. Sorry if I screamed there a little bit, guys, but come on, man. Look at that. You see what I told you about floating it in? Just boop, chip it in, and they'll freeze. They won't go for it. They'll be like, "You go? Are you going? No, are you going? No, nobody's going." If it comes in with pace, maybe. It's coming straight at someone's head. They undoubtedly have to go for it. You chip it in, they don't know what to do. And then the keeper made another mistake. So we know Sanchez is probably, if he wasn't, which he probably was, but if he wasn't guaranteed, he is guaranteed AF to be our number one. Número uno. Robert Sanchez. Número uno. Español. Enzo, risky pass, but unnecessary risk, I would call it. Didn't do much for us. Facundo. Hato through the middle. Fernandez, cross in from Malo. Nice cross, Malo. Nice cross in. Buonanotte. Not a great header, but hey. We're starting to look better. I'm just surprised at the type of play we're putting together, but hey, we're putting plays and we're getting shots on target. Let me check our stats again. Let us get an update. Refresh. Same amount of possession. We now have 8 shots, but Lincoln still have 12. And I would argue far more danger. That ball, those 2 balls that just skedaddled around the goal line by the goalkeeper, really close to the goal line, very dangerous. 12 shots to 8. They have 4 big chances to our 3 big chances. So still, their XG is higher. They have more shots and they have bigger chances. The balance of the game has improved for Chelsea, but still. And we're in this 80-20 distribution pretty much. 70-30, approaching 80-20 this half that we really have had the ball. Long ball. Throw in. Here we go. And this one's closer. Brace yourself, Chelsea fans. I can't believe this, but you better crap your pants when there's a throw in like this. And if it's a floaty, even better. Just throw a little balloon into the box. Boom. They're all dangerous. Okay. No, Enzo Fernandez is not going to do nothing with that ball. You got the speed, son. Yellow card for Dr. House. Yeah. Dr. House got himself carded. So now, Don Draper and Dr. House from Abraham Lincoln's team. 2 yellows. So we don't have the moral high ground. They don't have the moral high ground anymore. Okay, on the right. Estevão. Manusto. Okay, nice. The Gittins. Okay, do your thing, son. And so, nothing. P5 Fofana. Chalaba. Malagusto. Nice, Malo. Run, Adam. Play it wide. You run at him, son, Estevão. Run at him. Not anymore. There's 4 dudes. Terrible cross. Terrible cross. And thank you, Gittins, for trying to reach that ball. That's what we need to see. Yes, it was a horrible pass. But, dude, you gotta give it your all. A 2-1 lead is nothing. They just need, I would argue, 3 more throw-ins, and we could be just losing this match. Drawing this match, and then we're in trouble. I'm so upset if, Matt, you're still there, that if you're telling me for real, Mark, you could have played this match. Because the visible absence of a 9 is a problem in what I'm seeing on the field and what could have been. If Mark, you could have played this match, guys. If Mark, you could have played this match. I'm saying like he's Harry Kane. But he's in Harry Kane in function at the end of the day. And against Lincoln, he could pull off a Harry Kane performance. And you need that anchor as a 9, either to anchor and hold up play for you so our guys can come in from behind, or he'll busy up those center backs and running behind them often to create that space for our creative players. But we're lacking that. Yeah, man, it came out earlier today. Apparently there's been a rule change, but Chelsea didn't ask about it until today. That pisses me off so much. Makes me so angry. So fucking angry. Okay, good. We're going to have them for other matches, so. And Joe Pedro seems exhausted. And Tyreek George is not a 9. Let's see. Lincoln Riley. Oh, Opa. Did they get a foul? Ooh, they got a foul. You know what I would do, which is madness? Well, I guess I need my friend Edward Fleeting for this one. Do you have a left-footed badass free kick? Somebody can take a free kick from distance? Oh no, that's too far. That's too far. Don Mike, I guess it depends where you're at, man. Some people are watching in the zone in Canada. Where are you at, Mike? Somebody in the chat can tell you where they're watching. I'm in South America, so I'm actually watching it on a Disney Plus app. Let us know where you're at, Mike, and maybe somebody in the feed can help you. And if not, ChatGPT hasn't failed me before to tell me where I can watch it. Or where I can't because my VPN doesn't work or something. No. See? That's what I was going to say. That was too far. Nigeria. Anybody in the chat can help my friend Mike, Don Mike, on where you can watch it in Nigeria. There's this place, this really, really, really bad website. It's called in Spanish Tarjeta Roja, which means red card. And oh my God, man, we're so vulnerable in the back in the fence. I'm going to put it in the chat. It's really bad. It's like low quality, whatever, but you can sure find every game on there. There's like every game, and then inside it, you may have to try a couple. It's really ugly, but when in doubt, oh my God, Lincoln's so close. Oh my God, they're going to get a penalty. Oh my God, did that go in? Oh my God. Oh my God. Don Draper, man, riling up that crowd. Look at that. Good for you, Lincoln. Let's see. So, cross into the second post. We obviously are going to lose that one. Then in the middle, we get beat again. And Gusto, Draper did well, man. Good shot. Is that a corner? You know, this cross into the second post, we're really bad at. And we don't have anybody strong in the second. And our right backs and left backs are usually inverted. Not in this case and not in the goals that we lost last time. Yeah, so that tarjeta roja, that's how you spell it. I didn't put the link because that could be bad, but pretty much Google it and then you can bring up the place. Now, it's saying here, they're showing it on Super Sport in Nigeria, my amigo, or in Super Sport via DSTV or Go TV in Nigeria, Don Mike, like the real signal. Then, if not, might have to do some VPN stuff, and if not, that website that I gave you. We're bringing in 2 players. 2 subs. Tyriki George. That's what they call him in Spanish. Tyriki. Tyriki George. Tyriki George. I feel bad for Tyriki George because he gets put in a position that he doesn't belong. And he gets subbed in. He was subbed in and out in the same match. That's kind of tragic if it happens to you. And yes, Enzo Fernandez needs to leave the game, and take a break because he's going to play. I like finding a pattern of play where he's not needed. I just wish Olavia comes back. I think some teams it's going to warrant having 2 strong DMs in, and this opens more room for Estebao if he doesn't play. But whatever, he needs a rest right now. Oh wow, 4 dudes coming in for Lincoln. We might need some Mr. Fleeting guidance here. Ed, you may have to tell us what's going on here. That's I don't know any of these dudes. One dude's wearing a number 9, so that tells you probably gonna throw in some long balls and try to find him up. But if once you get your head wrapped around all these substitutions they're making at Lincoln, let me know exactly what the game plan is, what you think they're going to try to do in these last 20 minutes. It's kind of early to go all 4, and if they're going balls to the wall, good for Lincoln. Ballsy. Don't let me down. Trinidad and Tobago, dude. What these dudes are planning on doing. And if it's these long balls and up in the air in order, we could suffer that really bad. We would need far more possession. And 2-1 is not enough for Chelsea to sit back and play possession because we're not that good at it, and this team is not. Let's see. We have Cucurella on the field. Somebody bust out some Estrella and make some paella. But we have... I'm glad to see we have a proper number 9 on. Mayuka. Pedro Neto and Cucurella. So we have speed on the right, speed on the left, the proper 9. And our offensive left back. So we literally refreshed all our speedsters and fastest players. So immediately, look at that Pedro Cucurella 1-2. World class. Nice cross, amigo! Malo Gusto on the left foot. I had no hope. I think it was you, Matt, that said, like, Malo Gusto, please just stop taking shots and goal. It was you or some other creator. The dude is fine play. You're really fast. Sometimes you do a decent job, although not often, but just stop taking shots. I guess the answer to that would be, well, then stop playing me as a right winger, pretty much, or asking me to attack so much. You on the press on the goal, but nobody was pressing with him. I feel more settled. I feel more at ease right now. Now there's no excuses for Santos and Bonanote. There wasn't any before, to be honest, but certainly now. You're going to have people doing runs and awaiting nice little balls from you. Look at that. Going to have more movement. And Lincoln pressing high. Look at that. Look at that. That was in a smart press. For those who care, which is nobody, Wrexham is beating Reading 2-0. I saw that on screen right now. Okay. A few really boring couple of minutes. Here we go. This is actually not bad for Lincoln. This horrible rhythm that we're playing right now of nothing, the slowness, this lull serves them well, because with 5 minutes, 10 minutes to go, start launching balls into the box, which I assume is what we're going to see. Although I'm still waiting. Maybe Ed Fleeting will tell us. Maybe he was just waiting to see how they settled. But they have changed their shape slightly, it seems, Lincoln. Good press. Ooh. And Lincoln gets the ball. And again, I know they didn't take out their throwing guy, whoever that is. There he's coming. He's a left back, isn't he? He's running all across the field. It's like a free kick. Here we go. Chelsea fans, hold on to your knapsacks. Hold on tight. This one's so far. Do you have this kind of a arm, brother? Yes, he does. Oh, man. See, we can't we barely clear it on the first one with those. Wow. It's a struggle. Free kick for Chelsea. Let's see if we resettle our play, because this has been a few really extremely boring few minutes. I'm going to see if I can look up some stats on Miyuka in the meantime. 17. He's a big boy. He's been eating the cereal, man. He doesn't have that frail frame you would expect of an 18 or a 17-year-old at all. Let me see if I can see how he's doing. They're showing different heights for him everywhere I look. 3 goals. No, I don't see any trustable stats yet. Chelsea, horrible clearance. Oh, he wins the ball. Nice. Look, Pedro solito. He's on his own. Pedro. Not a bad idea. Poor shot, but not a bad idea. I think it was a little too risky. It was a little too cocky, Pedro Neto. Like, I don't think we should be that cocky. I think we need to be a little bit more... But look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 white and red shirts. Just zoom into him. Really fast to come back. Lincoln. This is where I think Chelsea's supposed to find joy towards the end of the game physically. But Lincoln made 4 substitutions as well. So I don't know if that was about legs or a bit of a physical battle. They're going to need legs. If Pedro Neto comes in to run at you on the 70th minute, wow, Fofana, risky. But he did it. On the right-hand side, Chelsea. Estevao, haven't seen him. I haven't seen you, son. What you doing? Estevao. Where are you? We're trying to pull a press. Jorgensen's trying to pull a press. He manages. Here we go. Buonanotte circulates the ball decently enough. I just don't see much incisive play from him. I'd like to see a little bit more. Here you go, Estevao. Take on your man. Good job. Here's Estevao. Oh, it was Buonanotte that did well and passed to Estevao. Buonanotte in recovery. Good. Cucurella on the right wing, making his way back towards the middle. Joel Jado. What is that? Oh, Pedro took off on him. Let's see. This game is just getting a little freaking boring, mate. Kukuria Miyuka. Okay. Miyuka, 17 years old. Turning 18 fairly soon here, but we might see more of him this season. I don't know now with this news about Gu, we'll see, but we are short number 9s. I wonder how much he's training with the big boys. Cucurella, vamos, Cucurella. Man, this game is driving me nuts. Why is it slowing down now? What is it now? Ref's gonna go check something out. We're in a horrible lull. Somebody getting carded? Got his hand to his pocket. Lincoln. Were you saying some inappropriate things, sir? Were you saying inappropriate things? Now he seems to be. Now I'm kind of jealous of that throw in. Like, don't we have somebody can throw it in like that? Hato Mayuka. Pedro Neto. Fi Fofana. Shallow. I guess that's how we want to play this out. Fair enough. We just want to have possession and try to get Lincoln out to press on us and find some space. Fair enough. As long as we win. But you're costing me people in the feed when you're playing this boring. People stop watching the match. A lot of people probably said, okay, 80th minute. Looks like it's in the bag. Those people are crazy. Because I don't think we have it in the bag. If not, as a reference, Let's watch this play. Long ball in. Second post. We lose it, as expected. Good. We clear the second ball. V5. No. Dude, launch the long ball in if you're Lincoln. No, big mistake. You screwed up. Now, he's in space alone. Pedro! Again, how many times? Oh, Lord. Vamos. Buonanotte couldn't finish. But you know what, Pedro? You messed up, dude. Yeah, Estebao. You're going to tell me Estebao's not going to beat that center back in speed? He ran for him twice. Kept himself on side both times really well. He didn't see him, or... actually, it didn't look like... It looked like he didn't want to pass to him. He could have not seen him. And I want to see a replay. I demand a replay. I demand a replay. Here we go. They didn't show when he didn't pass. But he's like, hey, dude, hey. That one that they're showing is too late then. But he was running into the channel twice before then. Buonanotte came in. Good run to come in that late, but yeah, not great finishing. Here we go. Flip. Joral Jado. Who are you? Okay. Yeah, Lincoln's still in the game. In my opinion. Of course, Chelsea are dominating. They got it. Let me check stats. Refresh them stats. Possession, same sort of breakout. Expected goals. Chelsea finally overtake Lincoln on XG in the 80th minute. And Lincoln still have more shots than Chelsea, though. On target. More shots. And, yeah. That's our evening out. By looking at these stats, you wouldn't be shocked to expect a tie. Collins. You know, man, you got a couple of kids in there. Literally, two teens. We got two teens on the field. Okay, Pedro. Pedro P. Pedro P. We need you, man. I just want more goals so I can relax. Because if you're going to bore me to death and then lose or draw the game, that's not fair. But if you put the third one in and you choose to bore me for the last 10 minutes, fair enough, amigos. You're just locking in the result. Especially now with the big guns in there, I don't want anybody getting hurt, injured, or tired. But this is not in the bag. Here we go. Good, Pedro. Good man. He saw that coming, which would be crazy not to. They've been doing it all match. And another substitution. Lincoln. Very happy for Lincoln. Very proud. You guys should be very proud. Edward Fleeting and everybody in the north. Because I think you guys are Lincoln's north-ish, right? Here comes the long throw. Man, that's a nice little place to put a throw. Let's see how if he can cross. He can cross too. Woo-hoo-hoo. Why would you do that, Estebao? That was risky, mate. Lincoln can do that too. Play out fast. Lincoln. Come on, Lincoln. Give us a game. You should be very proud, Ed. You should be very, very proud, man. And it's still not over. If Chelsea don't put in the third goal, anything can happen. That's a very innocent mistake by Miyuka. Trying to play in the Flash, apparently. But the Flash is not on the field. It's just Pedro Neto. Wow. They got there fairly easily. 3 passes. Lincoln was at the edge of our box. Not enough pressure in the middle. Yep. True. It is true. It's true, Ed. And I think that dude with the long throws, it's funny, he does this little, he gives it a little vibe before he does it. I think we can only defend so many of those, to be honest. We already saw plenty of mistakes with defending that and chipped balls into the box. 1 or 2 more of those, and statistically, might find yourself a goal. You should have. A couple that came from that. See, if that one had gone the other way, you'd have a long throw in. We'd be in trouble. Chelsea are not doing anything that looks dangerous to for a third, to be honest. Playing back to the keeper. Go and press, son. You have to. There we go. Chelsea are trying to see out this game. We're in that position. I would say it's sad, but no. We are where we are. And this game is proven to be what it is. We need to take this win. You can't, at this point, no point risking anything, sadly. We should be trying to find a third, but now we have to not allow Lincoln to come back in the game. 87 minutes, 46. Yep, timer's correct. Jorgensen, Fee-Fi, Fofana, Kukureya. Yeah, we're keeping the ball. We're keeping the result. Fair enough. Don't play it long. If we're going to do this, let's do this. Just don't lose it in the back. Fee-Fi, Fofana. Watch out. That was a good press. We're in trouble. Ooh, Jorgensen. Man, he took a risk. Pedro Neto. See, you don't have to win with a header all the time. You can do it with positioning your body, as you did there. Ooh, they got space in behind Andres Santos. Gonna take advantage. Lincoln. Ooh, nice play. Cross into the box. Jorgensen comes out to do who knows what. Anything but collect the ball. And Francis had an opportunity. I want to see that replay. Francis. That's a great play by your number 2 there. Like, world class. And your number 7. Nice play. Great cross in. Ooh, man, he just sucked, I think. He thought the goalkeeper was going to clear. Or somebody barely touched it. But that was a goal. Sorry, Chelsea fans. We've just been forgiven by Lincoln. That should have been a goal. That should have been a goal. That's one of the clearest chances of the match. And they're going to walk away from this game with more shots than Chelsea. And pretty much the same XG. Though you think you can argue that, the XG is a little tricky how it's formatted sometimes. But you can argue that XG could have been higher for them. They had really clear chances like this one that we just saw. That might change the balance, actually. Let me see, because if that's not a big chance, I don't know what is. The keeper was beat. The center back was beat. How much added time? Let's go on the counter, Estevao. Go Estevao, go Estevao, go Estevao, go Estevao. Uh-oh. And now all that space in behind Estevao. What now? Oh, Lincoln didn't have anybody there. Ooh, that's a card. Cuckoo, look at that. That's some world-class stuff, man. ran all the way across from left back because he saw what I mentioned, was that space in behind Esteban. Four minutes. Long ball into the lungs. I'm nervous. They're going to win that ball. No. Good foe. Poor clearance. Yes. Smash it, son. Right now, it doesn't matter. It's like if we'd be playing Barca. We need the result. I don't care. Smash it. Get it out of my half. Blast it into the stands. Vamos. 2 minutes. 2.5 minutes. I think that's 2 plays if we can't hold possession. No, because apparently we can't. Lincoln make a mistake. Pedro tries to go to ground and get sympathy, and he does not. And now, ooh, Lincoln. Ooh, Lincoln. Facundo, buonanotte. And there, they're going to hold it. Yep. Fair enough. I mean, it's kind of embarrassing, but fair enough. We want to be professional about this. No, Fofana. And Cucurella had to do a foul. It looked the other way around to me. And now we have another opportunity for Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln. Let me see something here. Stats. Ooh, look at that. Look at that shenanigans. We've got shenanigans. We got shenanigans. Look at that goalkeeper. I love this play. I love this. Whatever happens now, I'm happy. The keeper in it right back. And they're going to get it. Oh, Lincoln, classy. Ooh, we're suffering. Oh, we're suffering again. Ooh, we can't clear it. Ball back in the box. Fofana can clear it. What an ending. Oh, Lincoln another chance. They got a foul. Chelsea got the foul. You lucked out. Oh my God, man. We're just making this hard on ourselves. Why? Oh, man. Thank you. Like, I'd rather this than we were playing so boring that at least Lincoln. I feel bad, but I think we're lucky that no Manchester United fans watch this game, because you could argue this could have easily gone the other way. We could have gone to penalties, easy peasy. Another sub just to make an appearance. Facundo gone. Facundo, buonanotte. Exits. Walsh. That kid gives me good vibes. That's all I have to say about that. I haven't watched him play enough. Every time I see them, I go into like the under 18s or whatever and watch some videos and see some good stuff. But it's hard to measure because some of these guys look like Messi and Maradona had a baby in the... All right, end of the match. End of the match. Stop the clock. Amigos. I think we were lucky today. I'm not going to lie. Our quality saw us through in the end. But even beyond that, let me run the final stats here. Thanks, Ed Fleeting. I really appreciate it, man. And thank you for joining tonight. I think you did an amazing match. I'm glad to have you. You're welcome back anytime to come watch our lives. Whenever entertaining. And I do some random games, some Champions League exciting games. So you might find me. Thank you for subscribing today, man. It means a lot. And your input was amazing for the chat today, man. Thanks. And have a good one. To everybody else, like I was saying, we got really lucky. In the end, 16 shots Lincoln, 14 shots Chelsea. Big chances, 4-5. I actually disagree with that. I think equal or more to Lincoln. The XG is higher for Chelsea, but not by much. And no, I actually believe that that XG is also not a reflection of what I saw on the field. This match could have gone a completely different way. We were very lucky that it didn't. We're through in the cup. That's what matters. We're here. Our guys didn't get too tired. I didn't see any major injuries. Job done. That's all I can say. We suffered a lot more than I think any Chelsea fan thought. I'm still not a fan of that man on the screen, Enzo Maresca, and I think we showed it today. Whether it's tactics that can't break that low, it's not even a low block. That's not even an excuse. They would draw into low block as needed, but they actually pressed high several times during the match, giving us opportunities to break fast, which we couldn't do either. So a lot to say. I'll process it for a few seconds, and I'll be doing my post-match after this. Everybody that joined us today, everybody that's on the feed, please subscribe, please like, please comment during these videos that I'll be making. I really appreciate it, man. It really means a lot. The reason I did this whole thing, to be 100% honest with you, in this whole Chelsea thing, is because I get joy out of doing these lives. And in the past, I've done them, and it's just me. So it's really cool to see to have people to share with, to build community, just to hang out, man, and talk, shoot the poop, and watch these games with you guys is really fun, really exciting. Thank you for joining. Ed Fleeting, I do agree Chelsea were a bit shaky at first, but show the class later on. Yeah, I just think at the end of the day, individual quality was too much, Ed. But I feel like we got away with murder, to be honest. Like, I don't think it was a deserving win. I'm saddened, but I'm happy. Sad because of it, but I'm really happy that we got the result. I was kind of rooting for Lincoln there a little bit when you see that underdog doing well, and they put out such a good fight. Congratulations to them. But I'm always going to want my Chelsea to win. Very happy for that. And again, thank you, everybody, for joining. And until next time, and to all you Chelsea fans, come on, you Blues.